He expressed warnings to others of a force so menacing and unbeatable, it could only be described as supernatural. He called them ghosts.
Sup people, Mike here, and this is Call of Duty Ghosts, Veteran Difficulty and Intel Guide. This is Mission 10 Clockwork, and this is the somewhat secret agent slash kind of like Ocean's 11 type, not, yeah, kind of heist mission, because you are downloading data when you get to the control room. So it's kind of like secret agent meets like Ocean's 11 type deal. So it's funny, the very first time when I first played the game and I got to this mission, and they're like, take the guy out in the tower, and I could, like, where I was, I could not see that high ass tower that you have to shoot the first guy in. And I think I ended up killing some guy that was on top of the building, and the game just immediately failed me because I had fucked up. And then when I reloaded and I looked around, I was like, oh, that giant tower that I just could not see past the tree. And I felt very, very dumb. So this is the part of the, or not really the part, the start of the Ocean's 11 type deal where we're basically hijacking a whole bunch of shit, this is another thing, like the night vision goggles. This is the only time where we have this. We have a mission later on where we have like thermal vision, but it seemed like, I don't know what it was, but it just seemed like when they were developing this game, they're like, okay, we need to have something unique for this mission and something unique for this mission. They never really carry things over into more than one mission. As you can see, that intel is right there, and I had completely missed it the first time I came through. While they're talking amongst yourself, if you just go down this hallway, you can catch these guys spawning in. Otherwise, I believe they might be able to get the drop on you if you're not paying attention. Not really sure. I accidentally found that out the first time I played. I was just wandering around seeing what the hell was going on, and all of a sudden, like, I caught those guys just spawning in. They did kill me because I wasn't expecting them to be right there so soon. So, and this is a weird kind of game mechanic that they have in here with this, using this power drill that you just never see again. But this is the Ocean's 11 or just any heist film that you can think of where they're like blowing the door off the hinges and whatnot, you know, drilling holes and you know, I think about like when he's drilling into the door, I immediately think of the movie Thief with James Caan, the way he has that giant ass like power drill, and he has like a couple different drills that he uses. And if you've never seen that movie, that's a damn good. I believe, yeah, that is Michael Mann's like first feature film that he did. And you know, if it's Michael Mann, it's gonna be a damn good movie. Thief, Heat. I was about to say The Aviator, but then I remember that Scorsese took over for that film. what was it? Ali was a good film. Um, Manhunter, well, it's not a good film. I feel like Manhunter doesn't get the appreciation it deserves because of Silence of the Lambs. Because I was like Anthony Hopkins as Hannibal Lecter, and oh man, he's so good. But Brian Cox as Hannibal Lecter, I feel like he made the character more not menacing, but kind of creepier. And he's only on screen for like, I think he's only on screen for like 15 minutes or something, or something like that. Like 15-20 minutes, I think, is his total time in the film. And I feel like in that short amount of time, he did a better job as Hannibal Lecter than Hopkins did. Because I feel like Hopkins, he didn't camp up the character, but he definitely didn't make him. Well, more so in Hannibal, he kind of camped him out a little bit more. But even in Silence of the Lambs, I felt like the character was too not funny, but it just didn't feel like the character was like a complete psychopath, like you would I don't know. I don't know. It's just something about the way he played him. He was. It felt like he was playing like kind of tongue in cheek in a way. Like he was making him menacing, but at the same time he was kind of making him not necessarily funny, but he was kind of joking somewhat. But yeah, if you've never seen Manhunter, it's out on DVD. I don't know if anything currently available. You might have to buy it secondhand from like the Amazon Marketplace or something. Because I don't think it's on Netflix. I might be wrong on that. It might be on Netflix. It's usually the DVD I have. Actually, I have two DVDs of it, I should say. One's the director's cut and then one's the theatrical cut, and both of those are through Anchor Bay Entertainment. Back when Anchor Bay was actually putting out like old, like classic movies that the main studios weren't bothering to put on DVD at the time, like 2000 to 2004 was like kind of like the high point of Anchor Bay and the classic kind of unseen movies that you really weren't seeing put on DVD at that time. But then they got bought up by Stars, and they basically became just like another like studio funded company essentially. And they've usually have just put out like direct to DVD movies now, and it's not as good as it used to be, especially since a lot of the properties that they had DVD rights to, they just let lapse. Like the Hercules and Xena shows, like they let the ownership of that lapse, so Universal, I guess, got them back. And I don't know, like a lot of their box sets and whatnot for shows, like they always did a lot of stuff with them, with commentaries and behind the scenes stuff and all this other good stuff. And then you see like the studio that owned it got the rights back, and they would just put out like a bare bones DVD with like nothing to it, and it's kind of sad. I like movies with special features, and commentaries, and most film, like most films now on Blu-ray, you do get a lot of those features, but sometimes you only get a movie with like one behind the scenes featurette that's only like 5 minutes long, and it's like, why am I paying like $25 for this Blu-ray for like one piece of special features? Yeah, the picture looks fucking amazing, but give me some extra shit on top of it too. So yeah, I should probably mention something about this part. Where I put that turret down, I found that place that works out pretty well. The alternate place that you can put it is right at the top of those stairs, right before that doorway that I'm shooting at now. Since a lot of the enemies do run up those stairs and down that catwalk, so you can kind of stop most of the guys from attacking right there. And I probably should have put it there, because I think I would have only really had to focus on the right side here. That explosion, I believe it differs, because I've had that explosion happen on the left side. So just kind of be aware that, the left or right side might have that explosion. That pretty much just makes it so you don't have to worry about getting flanked from that particular side. So you only have either your left or your right, depending on which side the explosion was, and then just these two main staircases in front. This section was, it can be a real bitch if you're not prepared and ready for it. All the times where I did fail, it was because I got killed instead of, I think, Hesh's doing the download. I never failed it where he got killed. It was always I got killed. So but I should say that usually the times when I did get killed is because I was standing next to him, because I was kind of using my body as like a shield for him, but I took too many bullets for him and would end up dying. So I cut out the whole part of you having to walk back through the compound back to the entrance that you came in and getting into your vehicle, just because it takes fucking forever and I didn't see the point of keeping it in. And coming up here is the section where you can get the level specific achievement, and once you get onto the ice, you need to put 8 vehicles into the holes. I ended up getting it, but the shitty thing was that when it unlocked, it was while I was in the death screen, and it made trying to edit that particular section kind of annoying, so I just ended up leaving in the death that comes up, just because at the time that the achievement pops, it's like right in the middle of the death screen, or right at the end of the death screen, and just trying to like edit the death out was too annoying, because you would still have the achievement symbol on screen. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just leave the achievement in, and I'll leave the death in, so it makes it easier on the edit. This area can be annoying just because you will die pretty quickly if you do not know where these assholes are shooting at you from. Just because they come from every freaking direction, just not caring about, they will kill you in a second.